In this episode, our guest is Debbie, an ambassador for tourism from the planet Pantria.
Pantria, where they have everything and do things better than anyone else, and want you to believe that they don't eat their tourists.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to get familiar with the as far as you know guarantee, and learn why visitors enter through the gift shop.
Shut up and sit down.
And welcome back to the Hitchhikers and Appetizers podcast, coming to you, as always, from Millyways, the restaurant at the end of the universe, specifically here in booth 42, with my co-host and friend, and anything else would be telling too much, Trellis Gardeen.
hello to my fellow guide contributors and listeners. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Horatio. That was a little bit more than usual.
Yes, you wrote it.
Well, I wanted to make sure that got across that we have a friendship.
Yes.
In case anyone didn't believe in the sincerity of our connection.
Perhaps they thought we were just seated in the same booth, and we were trying to be friendly with each other.
How improbable would that have been? I don't know.
Not very probable.
I just wanted to make sure if it's written down, obviously that means it's true, right?
Oh, yes, of course, especially if I write it in condiments here on my napkin. It becomes fact.
Well, you know what else is true?
Yes,
We have a guest,
there's a third party here in the booth.
but not the third wheel in any way, shape, or form.
The third wheel is the fun wheel.
Oh, so you're going to be fun if you're the third wheel.
I hope so.
I believe, because I want to believe, that this will be a joy.
Oh, good.
What is your name for the people out there who don't know it, including me?
Debbie?
Debbie.
Debbie.
Very good. What a exotic name.
Thank you. Thank you for saying so.
Is it just Debbie, or do you have a last name?
Just Debbie.
Trellis, what other name would you need if your name was Debbie?
You were going to mention your planet?
Yeah, I'm from Pantria.
Pantria.
Pantria. Ooh.
Pantria.
Where is Pantria located?
Where are you from?
I am from Glandar, the plastic surgery center of the universe.
Oh, okay.
Yes. As you can tell from the work done on his face.
Chiseled, some might say.
It is really something.
Yes.
I get that a lot, so I'm going to take it as positive.
Oh, totally positive. I love Art Deco.
It does keep you guessing sometimes when he turns his head which way he's facing.
Where is
Pantria.
Pantria?
We like to say we're in vacation range of any other planet.
Oh, well, I have to make note of that.
Oh, please do. Do you have enough condiments?
We should probably call the waiters over to bring more.
Maybe you need a condiment well,
Oh, yes.
so that you can, consistently write without having to worry about running out.
I thought about getting a pen that I could, or a quill of some kind I could dip into the condiments.
Can I ask you,
Yes, please ask.
when you write in mustard, is that a different inflection than when you write in barbecue sauce?
I'd like to think if I'm writing it in mustard, it's more serious. Barbecue sauce is something more fun.
Spicy.
Some poetry I don't mean to publish, something like that.
What condiment would you write a love letter in?
Oh, I would probably write that in strawberry jam. Though not technically a condiment.
So, Debbie, what brings you to the restaurant?
Yes, enough about me.
Lunch?
Is this a normal lunch spot for you? Since, like you said, your planet is within vacation distance of everywhere.
No, it's real convenient to almost everywhere in the universe. I'm sort of an ambassador for my planet.
Oh.
I work in the Ministry of Tourism,
Very good.
if you will. We call it stocking there, but it's tourism. I think most people would know it as tourism. So I'm sort of an ambassador for the planet.
Very good. Well, you're a wonderful. Just meeting you makes me want to visit your planet.
Well, please do.
Just like us, you're going to be able to expense this dinner, I assume, because this has just become, I think, official work for you.
Oh, yes. Well, it's also a pleasure.
Oh, well, thank you. Are you talking about us, or are you meeting someone else here somewhere?
No, yeah, people don't usually refer to us as a pleasure.
No.
Oh, well, perhaps I don't know you well enough, but it seems like pleasure so far.
Well, very good. It could turn to ordeal by the end of it.
I'm sure you're just being self-deprecating.
I wish I were. I wish I were. Yes. So you're ambassador for tourism.
Yes.
What about your planet would you say would be the biggest attraction that would bring people in?
It's got anything you would want in a planet.
Ooh.
You name it, we do it better than anyone else.
That is definitely a selling point.
Is that the tagline that you send out? Messages, pamphlets, signage?
No. I should remember that one. What did I say?
You have everything anyone could want, and
Yeah.
you do things better than anyone else.
Yeah, that, I don't know. It doesn't sing. You wouldn't write that in soy sauce, if you know what I mean.
No, I'm writing it in mustard. Maybe writing it in soy sauce would make it sing more. I don't know. Would you want some help in wordsmithing your slogan?
Sure.
We both write, as some might call it.
Yeah, I guess so.
You seem shy, Trellis. You're not a writer?
Occasionally, I have come up with a poem or two in my time.
Oh.
Epic 3-line poems.
But it hasn't really been applied to commerce as of yet.
No. His ex-wife did have a book published, so in some ways Trellis is in print that way.
Oh, a tell-all. Yeah, that's a tell-all that told too much.
Yeah, thinly disguised character based on Trellis.
Oh.
So he's in print, technically.
I think the main character was named Grellis with a G.
That's clever.
Grellis Tardine or something. Grellis Sardine or something like that.
I knew who she was talking.
All of us did.
What was the title of the book?
My Time with Grellis. A horrible, horrible experience.
It continued on. The subtitle continued on for a while. I regret it till the day I die. I regret it into my reincarnations. It goes on and on and on like that.
It was sincere. She wasn't being ironic.
Oh, there was a lot of truth to it.
Oh, it was very true. It dripped with truth.
I can't say what was in the book was made up.
He'd like to.
I mean, for that much, I would at least think I would get some residuals, but apparently not.
No. Maybe possibly play yourself in the inevitable in adaptation. Now, your planet. How about your planet? Our planet has nothing anyone wouldn't want.
No.
Is that just making it longer?
Not sure about that. Say it again.
Other planets don't do things as well as our planet.
See, my mission is to go to the potential tourist and offer them specifically what they want.
Ah, very good.
So that's going to be different from person to person, from being to being, from planet to planet. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because our planet, it's vast and it's varied, and we have every experience you could want to have. And one thing is for sure about our planet is that we don't eat tourists.
You don't eat tourists. Oh, that is a selling point right there.
We want that known.
Almost every planet does eventually have tourists that get eaten.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
So if you can actually 100% guarantee that I won't be eaten if I go to your planet, I'm sold.
That's what I'm saying to you. I can 100% guarantee you that that's what I'm telling you.
I think you found it right there.
Well, I don't know. He just said that's 100% guaranteed that that's what he's telling me. I don't know if that still means if that's 100% true that I'm not going to be eaten.
Oh.
Am I wrong?
No. Are you just saying that you won't eat Trellis, or can you speak for everyone on the planet that they wouldn't try to eat Trellis?
I can say that, as far as you know, nobody on the planet would try to eat you.
That's as close to a guarantee as you're going to get in many places. As far as you know, guarantee.
Yeah, as far as you know. You can print that and take it to the bank.
We will sign that. As far as you know, sign this. Yeah, that's very good. Very good. That's almost enough. But I'd like to hear more.
I was just noticing what a substantial being you are.
I like to think of myself as very substantial.
What do you reckon you weigh?
Now that would depend on the gravity situation. I'm not a good judge of these things, but I would have to measure it in tons.
Well, just use the restaurant gravity, so we're all on the same page.
Yes, I would say at least a ton.
Oh, wow. And would you call yourself marbled?
In some places, yes. I'm not chiseled. Trellis is the chiseled one, but I could be modeled, yes. I do often wonder if there's a more attractive being underneath, and if an artist just came in with a chisel and just hacked away, that there would suddenly be an Adonis before you.
Basically, I think what Horatio's going at is like you'd have to chisel away all of the fat to get to the lean, raw, tasty meat that lies beneath. Is that?
You're trying to get him to eat me, Trellis, and I don't appreciate that.
No.
This is a first.
Not at all. Why would I do that? I don't want to host this show by myself. He asked if you were marbled, and clearly, I think he noticed.
Was that inappropriate? I don't know the customs.
No, not at all.
No, it's fine. Marbles are revered in many places in the universe.
I certainly didn't mean to offend anyone, and I hope I didn't dissuade you from visiting my planet, Pantria.
Not at all.
The thing is, with my memory, I won't remember. Even if you had offended me, I probably wouldn't remember by the time I got to your planet.
Huh.
So if we were to go to your planet, what are some of the cuisines, some of the dishes that your people like to serve their guests with?
We serve our guests mostly with side dishes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Wait! There's a preposition there that gave me pause. You serve your tourists with side dishes.
Sure.
The with gave me a bit of a pause.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your width gives me a pause. I'm sorry.
Yes. Make room. Yes.
Make room in your stomach, because Horatio's on the menu, I think.
So you serve your tourists with sides.
Yes, we do. We like to explore a lot of different cultures in our eating.
Now, I'm going to try to trick you here, and I probably shouldn't tell you that. But are you trying to explore this by tasting the tourists from other worlds?
Tasting?
Tasting is in eat. It's a form of putting in your mouth, tasting what the cultures taste like, by tasting the individuals from those cultures.
Oh, I think I know what you're saying. Do we really engage with other people's cultures and be affected by our tourists? Of course we do.
Yeah, more specifically, eating the tourists.
Eating, that's what you're saying is really provocative.
Isn't it though? I find it provocative.
Horatio, he gave a 100% guarantee that he...
That's true. It's the 100% as far as you know guarantee.
Yeah, as far as we know, there's never been a tourist eaten on this planet. Come on.
Nobody has ever left our planet complaining about having been eaten.
Exactly.
That's a good testimonial right there. They didn't eat me. Visit Pantria. They didn't eat me.
They didn't even complain.
Not even a nibble.
Have you seen those T-shirts?
No. I want to see one of those T-shirts.
I think I have one in my satchel. This is just a mock-up. It can have as many sleeves as is required by the bean.
Very logical.
And neck holes, or head holes, I should
Look
say.
at all those neck, and some on the front. That's good, because many people have their heads on the chest.
And it says, "Nobody ate me at Pantria."
And all I got was this T-shirt.
That's a good ad. I'll put that on the back.
I'll probably write that in on mine. Where are those sold? Do I have to go to your planet?
Now, I'm noticing something. Can I take a look at the shirt? It smells a little like...
Yeah?
Is it a tortilla?
It is.
It smells kind of like tortilla.
You've got a good nose.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's made of tortilla.
Very good. Very logical. In a way, it's recyclable.
Yes, very, very much so.
You can eat it and turn it into something else.
Yeah, you can just you can wrap yourself in it.
I like clothing you can wrap yourself in.
You know, the good part about that, if you think about it, is that it means people are going to have to come back to get another one.
Yeah, in a way, people come back, sure.
Yes. That you want return visits.
Yep.
Going back, I know I'm retreading here, but let's just say hypothetically, if you were to eat a tourist, what sides would you prefer with that?
It depends on the tourist, I would imagine. I'm just using my imagination entirely
Of
right
course.
now because it's such a preposterous thing you're suggesting. But if it was somebody like you, say, Horatio, a formidable person like you, I'm going to guess something lighter, like a salad.
That makes sense, because I would be the brunt of the meal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I'm kind of competitive.
Okay.
So, if we were to go to the planet, who do you think the people would want to eat?
Can I get you to say when?
When Horatio and I come to the planet.
Yes.
Again, hypothetically speaking, who would they eat first?
Well, can you get up and just do a spin for me?
Yeah, no problem. I'll even lift up my shirt here a little bit. I may not have marbling, but this is pretty healthy.
That's chiseled. Now, do you need him to get on that spit you started setting up here on the table?
Oh, if you want to. What do you weigh?
Not a ton, but
No.
probably two. Now this is depending on the time of day. Have I just eaten or not eaten? Because if I have just eaten, you're really kind of getting 2 meals in one.
Yes.
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 What I've just eaten, and obviously myself.
Yes.
So I'm going to guess probably about 220 to 230 pounds or so, depending. I mean, those are Millyway pounds.
Millyway pounds, yes.
I'm just making this up. I'm entirely making this up out of the fantasy space in my head about what people might...
Right, of course. Totally hypothetical.
In some crazy universe where my planet eats people, I would say that you'd be more of a breakfast item, and Horatio, you'd be more dinner.
Dinner.
I can live with that because, hey, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It gets you going out the door.
Trellis, as long as you're the most important thing, isn't that really what counts?
Wow.
And do your people like, a little bit of a chase to get their food and their dinner? Or do they want it to just come to them easily?
I think you're surmising a lot of things about my planet that aren't necessarily in the fact pool yet. But I would say the chase. I would see no reason to chase if, for example, a lot of our planet were plate.
If a lot of your planet were a plate.
Yeah.
Hypothetically,
where would you hide?
Is a lot of your planet taken up by a plate?
Hypothetically, if it would be mostly plate.
Now utensils. You have naturally forming utensils?
Absolutely. In my imagination, that's what
Yes.
it could be. But also,
Totally.
it can be whatever you want as a tourist to see in a planet. I can absolutely tell you that whatever makes you go to a planet excitedly and bring your family and as many people from your tribes as you want, whatever that thing is, we have it at Pantria.
Fascinating.
Well, I like the fact that you keep the tourists happy because happy food tastes better, from what I've been told. So I'm glad you're ethically treating the tourists before eating them, hypothetically.
Hypothetically eating, yes.
Hypothetically, yeah.
Total hypothetical, yes.
Right.
As we've established that as far as we know, 100% you don't eat tourists.
I can't help but notice that every time either of you says the word hypothetical, you wink.
Yes, it's a twitch. And involuntary. I'm trying not to be rude. Yes.
Really?
I just like to look sexy, and I think the wink adds to my appeal.
Wow. So you think you are looking sexy and you think you are not being rude.
Yes.
It's hard to...
I'm hoping I'm not being rude. I'm denying. I'm basically ignoring if I am being.
While hoping that you aren't.
Yes. I'm hoping that my scam will, of course, bear fruit.
I don't think either of you have been very successful with your wink. That's just my opinion.
That's fine.
I was gonna say, totally valid.
You saw us both wink.
And now that I know what you wanted from your individual winks, I would say neither of you really hit the mark.
I'm not surprised. Rarely do we hit the mark.
That's about par for the course. I have tried to, employ my sexy wink on many of the beings here, which usually results in the head waiter or manager coming over and basically saying, excuse me, Trellis, but the table over there has become quite uncomfortable with the fact that you keep winking at them. And would you please stop?
Especially when he goes over to the table and stands there, hovering over the table and just winks systematically at everyone at the table. Several times.
I can tell you for my money, Trellis, what's up is that the rest of your face is so tight that when you wink, all of your ears get closer to the front.
That is disturbing.
This skin is kind of like a sausage casing for a really
Yes, it is.
good piece of meat.
A piece of meat, anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not marbled, so how good?
Are you drooling, Debbie?
Oh, I'm sorry, a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, would you like your towel? Try do some towel if you want to, unless you happen to enjoy drool coursing down your face.
I'll take your towel, thank you.
Yeah,
You always bring a towel to a diner? That's an interesting
of course,
choice.
I carry a towel everywhere. Every good hitchhiker carries and knows where his towel is, or her towel, or their towel.
How acidic is your drool? The towel is already half gone.
That's eating through. Fortunately, I have another one.
Thank God the table is glass.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I had something. I had coffee was really strong.
Yes, that makes sense.
I'll get you a new towel at the gift shop.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But I usually don't buy them. I usually just find one in the restroom.
Oh.
But a gift shop one would be lovely. I would appreciate that. You could write it off as an expense, I would assume.
You know, we have an excellent gift shop on my planet.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
What are? Well, I'm assuming that's where we could get the T-shirt.
Yep. Anything you want.
Very good.
Anything.
Yep.
Anything?
Oh. One of those balls that's full of like almost sand or dried peas, and you kick it around if you're acting.
A ball that's full of peas?
Peas or sand or something you could just kick around.
Yep, we got one of those that talks.
Oh.
Very good.
Does it talk? Do you have to kick it for it to talk, or does it just talk on its own?
It'll say whatever motivates you to kick it the way you want to kick it. So if you're trying to get better at kicking and you would be motivated by pain, it'll say ouch. If you want encouragement, it'll say attaboy.
Very good. Does it ever say kick me, kick me, kick me?
Sure.
Very good. I like that.
Absolutely. You can only buy them at our gift shop, though. I don't think they're anywhere else in the universe. Gotta visit.
I have not heard of any other planets with that sort of souvenir.
Yeah.
It is fairly unique.
But a souvenir does imply that you take it home, though.
Oh.
It does. I will say that our gift shop is at the entrance. You have to enter through the gift shop.
Oh. Well, that makes perfect sense. That's very logical. What kind of signage do you have on there? Like, just come on in, trust me?
Come on in. Yeah, trust me is good. We don't have that. We should have that.
Just decided you can't see what's actually inside. You just have to trust that the signs are sincere and go right in.
This way through this dark hall to the thing you want.
That's very endearing and treating.
From the marketing standpoint, have you thought about maybe making your planet a retirement destination?
Oh, yeah.
People who aren't looking to go anywhere, they want to, after they've visited, they might want to, stay.
Someone that no one would be looking for if they disappeared.
If the retiree hasn't turned too much, we're amenable to retirees.
And you want them to be in a certain, I would assume, a certain shape.
Yeah, not diseased, not, you know what I'm saying.
Fresh. You still want them to be fresh.
There you go. Some
That makes
manner
sense.
of, yeah.
No, this is all logical, of course. I think it's a wonderful.
There's nothing worse than a being that's gone past its expiration date.
Thank you.
I get what you're saying.
Check out that guy at the next table.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's definitely past his expiration date.
I
That's
think
not.
He might be dead.
Yeah. Wouldn't this place would be nicer if he were not here?
No, it's starting to smell. Actually, I just noticed the smell coming from the other booth,
And that's I mean, with all the condiments that are all over our table, to be able to smell another table from here, that's saying something.
that is terrible. I'm assuming that is a table that's being served by some new wait staff that doesn't know they're supposed to check on the patrons.
Oh, that could be.
If you look, the check has just been sitting there for God knows how long now.
That's like some kind of spider web all over. At first I thought that was skin or something, but that appears to be spider webs.
I wonder if that's one of those situations where waiters didn't agree on whose table it was, so just nobody ever went there.
That could be.
Yeah.
Although they did manage to give him the bill, so I assume.
There you go.
So they do know some of what they're doing.
I was just thinking since you are a little worried about expiration dates.
Yes.
There is the possibility of turning it into maybe a summer camp for wayward youth who need to get straightened out to see the light.
Taught some of life's hard final lessons.
I love it. Yeah, I love this idea. I'm going to take it back to my planet as my own.
How they leave the planet isn't really your concern. Is that what you're saying?
No. It's more about the visit than it is about the leaving.
Ah.
It's about, we like to focus on coming to us rather than, because we hate to see you go.
You're a planet that just hates goodbyes.
There's probably a lot of tears, a lot of frustration and disappointment. The ones that got away, if you will.
Yep. You know what's up.
He does. He does. Trellis has got his hand on the pulse.
Well, trust me, I would be happy to send my 23 ex-wives on a vacation to your planet.
We'd love to have them.
What a lovely idea. What a lovely idea for a gift.
It'll be a peace offering of, hey, you know what? I've grown, I've matured. Let's let bygones be bygones. And,
here's a lovely parting gift for you.
Look back on our time as the chapter that it was. And here is a vacation that you will never forget.
No.
I can promise you that we could get you a good rate for a situation like that.
Very good.
A group rate for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that 23 of them, that would make a group. Yeah, certainly. I think that's a fine idea, Trellis. You don't need to mention to them that this is in lieu of alimony. Do you?
No.
Probably shouldn't. I would say save that for later, but there's not really much point.
Yeah, regardless, I mean, they don't need to know that's going to be saving me a lot of money in the long run. I mean,
right.
Up front, I'm spending some money, but long term, the investment ends up paying off for me.
Yes.
I'll even extend to you that they can each bring a +1.
Oh!
Ha ha!
The new husbands.
Nice!
And I'd encourage them to bring any sort of herbs or plants that they think augment their natural aromas, just so they're comfortable.
So you would recommend that tourists marinate themselves before coming in?
If they like, sure. That's a lot of tourists do, more than you'd imagine.
It's just good manners, really. It's just good manners.
Really, yeah. If you're not going to smell delectable when you go somewhere, what's the point?
Thank you. You're like an ambassador for your planet, whether you are officially or not. So please try to be as, I think, as yummy as possible. Yummy? You know what I mean.
I'm totally, win in Rome.
Win in Rome.
Honor the culture of the planet you're at. Be respectful. And if that means I have to get on a table and put an apple in my mouth and get basted, probably good for on the beach. Coconut oil. Really spend some time out there so I don't get too red. But
I'm sorry, my stomach started making that noise.
I'm actually getting a bit hungry too, and I know how stringy he can be. Trellis, you put a lot of thought into this. I did not realize.
Are the beaches nude? I want to know that much.
They will be when Trellis is there. You can guarantee that.
Absolutely, whatever you want.
Not that you have to be. Not that you have to, because some people like a little mystery.
Mystery meat, as they call it.
They want to see the package. The wrapping.
Did your wife mention your package in her book?
Several times.
Yeah.
Very short chapters. More in the footnotes.
Is that an insult in your culture? Smallness of your genitals?
Not particularly.
I like the not particularly.
In her culture, yes. My culture, again, we're the center of plastic surgery, so that stuff can all be managed.
Have you had genital plastic surgery?
Of course.
Can I see?
Sure.
You barely even have to ask Trellis for that.
Let me just put it on the table here, and there you go.
Oh, wow.
Put it on the table, see how it plays.
Man, I'd love for people back home to see that.
And if you think about it, it's the main course and two sides.
Appetizer.
No, take a picture, send back home.
Okay.
I welcome you to take a picture of his genitalia.
This is the best side, though. If you just move over, that's better lighting.
Oh.
Get the profile. We are nothing if not classy here in booth 42.
Well, that next door table is not going to complain.
No, they are
not.
No,
if they did, they would be extremely upset to come back from the dead to complain.
And I'll be giving them some travel vouchers to Pantria.
Yes. Pantria. Now, if that, once again, back in the hypothetical alternate universe where nothing has happened, what would be the best way you would want to kill a tourist before eating them? Hypothetical. I didn't wink. You notice I didn't wink. I snorted, but I didn't wink.
Thank you for not winking.
Yes.
I think if I'm just using my imagination and just speaking off the top of my head, we would maybe not want a tourist to even know they were being cooked. So it'd be slowly.
Oh, low and slow.
Low and slow.
Low and slow is the way to go.
Slow cooker that.
Do you have saunas on your planet? Possibly hot tub.
Very many. Yes.
Nothing like a good sauna.
This is making sense. I believe that makes perfect sense that you would have hot tubs with that method. I mean, hypothetically. You have real hot tubs, but hypothetically killing them.
Any crustacean-based tourists, you're sending them to the hot tub, I think.
We have hot tubs, yes. We even have olive oil hot tubs and
Very good. Very good.
peanut oil hot.
Do you have any, long forks you could stick into the hot tubs?
Well, that's a lot of oil. What's the cardiovascular health on your planet with all these oils you just mentioned?
It's good. Olive oil is really actually healthy.
Oh, okay. Got it.
For marinating oneself.
I'm excited. Horatio, what do you think? There's been so much great information here. What do you want to put in the guide for Pantria?
I have to go
Pantria.
back.
I'm sorry, Pantria.
Pantria. I have to go back. Now, Pantria, I don't know. We might cover that on another program. I have to go back to what I consider now the classic.
Oh, yeah.
From earlier. We don't eat tourists, John Bon Jovi, as far as you know.
I like it. Debbie, do you think that does the job?
I think that's excellent. Yes, that's what I want people to know about our planet.
Or should we say there's a 100% guarantee that you will not be eaten here as far as you know?
That works too.
We can combine. Are you typing that in or am I typing it in?
Yeah, I got it. I'm there.
You type too?
Yes.
Not with his member, but with his fingers.
No. Yeah.
I'm surprised that you type, Horatio. I thought you only communicated through condiments.
No, I have been known to type. I just prefer. I'm old fashioned.
Oh.
Submit. All right, that's in there. Debbie, this has been fantastic.
Yes, thank you.
I'm excited to come to the planet when I get there. I hope it's not past my expiration date because I'd hate to disappoint.
I'm sure you won't. And please do send your wives.
I'm developing a list of people I want to send on vacation there. Yes. Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Debbie. I have been Horatio Zinn.
And I continue to be Trellis Gardeen. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if you've successfully achieved flight and you want to keep from falling, just remember not to wave at anyone. So don't panic.
Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Rich Sohn as Debbie. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.